just wanna be successful. I just wanna be successful. Young Money.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching Young Money Investments. My name is Cameron and we are here with another video on some more great investing advice. So today, this I want to say is episode number 3. We're going to talk a little bit more about the tools that I use in order to be successful. Now, I'm not sponsored by any one of these companies. I have no sponsors, nothing like that. This is all simply my personal preference and what has helped me. Obviously, you can see, I have the iPad, the Apple case, I got the MacBook Pro, my iPhone, I have my Apple Watch, I got my Apple Pencil. I know it's a little excessive. I'm a little obsessed with Apple, and it's a little nerdy, I'm sure. But the reality is I've loved Apple products. They've really helped me out. You don't need Apple products in order to be a good trader. I want to put that out there right now. But you do need 2 things, and that's kind of what I really wanted to go over right now, potentially a third, and that's what we're going to cover here in the video. So my first piece of advice when trading is I think your smartphone is going to be your very best friend. The funny thing about smartphones is 10 years ago, these things didn't exist. And I think for a lot of us, it's hard to fathom or remember a time when those weren't around. I don't know. I don't really remember not having a cell phone. I think I got mine in high school. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably got them in middle school or even elementary school. Some of you young bucks out there. And so it's kind of funny. These things have changed the world that we live in, and they are so great especially in investments. You know, back in the day, when people were investing, they had to call up their brokers on the phone and say, hey, place an order for 300 shares of Apple, and the broker would have to fill it at his desk. If you wanted to sell out, you had to also do that same thing. And so the markets have sped up dramatically. Everything is drastically different than what it was 15 or 20 years ago. And that is what's made it so great for people like you and I that want to get investing and do these things where you really have the world at your fingertips right now. So I use an app called Robinhood. I know a lot of you have probably heard about it over the past 2 years or so, maybe 3. It has gotten super, super popular, especially with a lot of us millennials and things like that. Robinhood is great because in years past, E-Trade, which I do have an E-Trade account as well, again, it's not a sponsored thing. TD Ameritrade is another platform that I use, like Thinkorswim. We're going to talk a lot about those as well in subsequent videos and how to use those. Again, no paid advertisements or anything like that. But these tools have helped me out so much, and Robinhood is great because it is free to use. You can create a free account. It doesn't cost you anything when you're buying or selling a company, and so you can put as much money into a company as you want without having to worry about the fees and things like that. And that was huge for me, especially as I started to get into investing, because when E-Trade was wanting to charge me $9 a trade, I knew I had to put in a lot of money into a company, and I knew I had to hold it for a long time in order to offset that $9 cost. And I want to say there was a selling cost as well. And so Robinhood has been really great for me. Now, if you're wanting to do day trading, we'll get into that in another video as well. Robinhood is not going to be the app you want to use if you're day trading because the broker fills the orders super slow, and you can get caught in a lot of times where you'll lose your shorts. You will lose it all, and that's been one of my worst losses, was trying to day trade with Robinhood. So besides your cell phone, like I said, I love my cell phone because it is always with me. It's always in my pocket. I can pull it up. I can get on Robinhood. I can look at things. I can get on my Coinbase app because we are going to talk a little bit about crypto as well. I know you've probably thought about cryptocurrencies. You're probably like, hey Cameron, are you going to do something about crypto? Yes, we will cover crypto as well. I love my cell phone for that reason. If you're doing your long-term or your swing trading and things like that, you are not going to want to use your cell phone, and that is what is going to bring me to the big boy over here, my 15-inch MacBook Pro. I love my MacBook Pro because it has the TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim platform on there. We'll do a little screencast and everything like that, and I can show you on here kind of how we do that, how I do my analysis, and why I love that. Like I said, charting on your phone, your screen's just not going to be big enough, and you're not going to be able to basically buy based on the information that you need in order to make a successful trade, I think, on your phone. That's why the laptop is great. We're going to kind of go into how to set up those accounts as well later on. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on those two. Third thing I have here is my iPad Pro. Love my iPad Pro because, again, it's a big screen. I'm not blind, I don't have glasses or anything like that, But I will say this, I like the massive screen because I can look up more market news. It's simple, it's lightweight, it's easy to carry. The iOS, the other drawback that I have with Robinhood right now is that you only have an app for it. And so I can even pull it up here for you. I don't know if you can probably see much on the camera and everything like that. But Robinhood is going to be, and I'm not going to log in because I don't want you to see everything on here, but Robinhood is only an app that's designed for iOS as well as Android platforms. So if you have a full operating system, any of the Apple or Windows operating systems, you're not going to be able to view your Robinhood account. It's a drawback. It's a new company, like I said, because they're not charging you fees for every investment, every buy and sell that you make. There's some limitations to the platform, and so I use multiple different things, and I think I take the best from each platform, whether it be E-Trade, whether it be Robinhood, or whether it be the Thinkorswim platform from TD Ameritrade. You have to use multiple sources of equipment in order to get the results. So those are the three, like I said, main pieces of technology that I'm using. Like I said, there's software and things like that that I'm also using to help me kind of get everything going. Obviously this is high tech, and like I said, you don't need to spend, you know, thousands of dollars on all this equipment. If you have a laptop that's running Windows, that's totally fine. You can still run Thinkorswim and everything on there. If you have an Android and you don't have an iPhone, you can still run the Robinhood app and everything on there, and I totally recommend doing that. The other thing I wanted to mention about the laptop is if you're doing the paper trading like I mentioned in the previous video, which the link should be right here, I want you to do that on the laptop, just because it has so much more real estate, it has so much more screen size. You're going to be able to look at the charts and do those things a lot better when you're on a full size screen. Your phone just is not going to cut it, and my friend always said prior preparation prevents piss poor performance. You need to be able to prep and prepare, and I think using something like that is going to be key and crucial in your success here. So bonus, there's going to be one other item that I think is kind of helpful, and that is going to be a whiteboard. So we're obviously not filming in my room or anything like that. I have a big whiteboard in my room that has quotes on it, it has my goals for the year. Like I said, I'm really goal oriented and everything like that. But it also has my call outs for the week. That's going to be super important in everything, in staying focused, figuring out what you're doing during the week, because it's easy to forget ticker symbols. It's easy to forget those things. And so if you have those written on the wall, if you have those on your mind daily, you're going to be so much more focused and so much more successful in trading as well. So guys, like I said, that is essentially everything for the video today. I want to keep it short, simple, sweet, to the point. Like I said, you don't need to go out and buy anything super expensive to get started in this. Save your money. My goal in this is for you to save and invest, save and invest, save and invest. Don't go out and think you need to blow all this money on these things. There are educational tools though that you do need. You know, if you're a student right now, you're probably spending thousands of dollars on tuition. There are certain things that are worth the price of tuition to pay in order to be a good student of the market. I like to say that my losses sometimes are paying tuition to the market. We all have to pay our tuition in one way or another. So whether it's in courses, whether it's in tools to help you out, whether it's in losses, which hopefully we don't have too many of those, you're gonna have to pay your tuition in order to be a successful trader. And so that's my thoughts on everything, guys. I love that you are getting involved in this, that you stuck with me to this third video, that you're wanting to continue to learn more. Like I said, Young Money Investments is a channel that is here designed to help you out, to make everything better, and to help you become a successful investor. So thanks so much for your time, guys. Hope you have a great day. Bye.
Not for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story was different with me. God's plan.